All right, hello and welcome on back. I gotta be careful, start sounding like fighting cowboy or something. But anywho, a lot going on. We built a couple additions to the llama roller coaster. They're actually pretty gnarly. I don't know. I still gotta clean off the dirt underneath that. But like, that is such a huge. Like, I'm excited at the same time. It's like I don't know. Are we getting too intense? No, no, no such thing. You know, at the end of these things, there's going to be a llama falling from build height all the way down to the bottom. Because I know there's a trophy like that. In fact, even as I say that, that could be a project. But for now, let's actually do just that. Let's clean up the ramp, and then oh, and I am getting better, continuous improvement. I actually set an alarm and got water this time. Which is funny because like it kind of reminds me of Twitch how they have these things in there where you have the streamer go take a drink of water, and I didn't really quite understand that. I was like, oh, okay, it's something silly to like force them to do, like interrupt whatever they're doing or the thoughts they're having, just like, oh, hey, drink a glass of water. It's like now switch up or right hand green or like I don't know, just like which seems messed up. You don't want to mess with streamers, like that's not cool. And like as a potential streamer myself, like I wouldn't want people. I mean, unless it was like well known, but you still. I mean, there's still people too. Don't ever let that like. And I think that's easier for me to like say stuff like that and joke about stuff like that because it's always been obvious to me that like no matter what I say or do, okay, sorry, within reason still, but like a little context, I used to tell some really messed up jokes. Like because again, Buena Vista, a small white, mountain town, like literally like very whitewashed. I mean, there's a few it's gotten better, actually I will say. And even like but when I was little, it was pretty sparse and like not in a bad way. I don't know. It's just like there just wasn't a lot of people. I mean, and the people that were there were descendants of miners that went up to Leadville pretty much, most of them. Like that was at least my parents' story, and then ended up working at the prison because it's like, oh, we invested all this money moving up to the middle of nowhere, trying to find work and all that when the mines, because oh, sorry, the mines closed. That's why all of that happened. So I mean, and then my parents, who were both skilled in mines, like had no real job skills for a lot of other things. It was like, okay, there weren't a lot of mines around here, so anyways, that's not the case anymore. Like even in my generation versus my parents' generation, like we do have a lot more mobility in careers, mobility in shifting, like changing careers, changing jobs. I mean, whether that's good or bad. Oh, now we gotta be careful because now this is like high enough to like die. So, sorry, yeah, we're gonna have to be a little quiet and then we're gonna boom, 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 boom. I mean, here it doesn't matter. We could fall. I'm like, that's fine. But when we were up there, yeah, you can tell I've fallen a few times, so I know. And I'll still fall again, I'm sure. Um, anyways, sorry, just ranting about all that. But no, I mean, thinking about my other projects, I'm about to do the GED videos. I did a couple of the coding ones. I did the Python tutorial and just things that I've been meaning to do. All right, well, so we got the dirt cleared up. What else are we working on? Let's go get another llama and let's leave that one here for now until we figure out what to do with it. But let's get another one riding so we can test out the massive jumps and shred the gnar with the llama. Yes, I'm a snowboarder, not very much so anymore. A non-practicing snowboarder, knuckle dragger, ski bum, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, haven't been to a mountain in years. I think the last time I snowboarded was with my buddy, the Republican and the Christian Republican, and then me. Actually, I think he's Christian too. So it's like two Christians, maybe two Republicans. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the odd one out now because it's like the Democrat not so Christian. Like, and not that I'm like against it. It's just skeptical. Skeptical is like how I call it. But anyways, mine carts. I didn't even think I had some of those here. In fact, I'm gonna just yeah, let's just leave that there because already we need to save our iron for rails basically. I could go do a bunch more mining and probably should. Actually, I say that, but I did have quite a few topics I wanted to run through today because um, now I'm thinking about problem solving in regards to. Oh wait, let's see. Okay, and you there. Oops. Come with me. Oh, you don't want to. See, this is why it's annoying. Like once they're like, if you catch them fresh, you can kind of like push them. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Go. Yeah, you can spit at me. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like hurt him or kill him. It's just, ugh. And I would not do this with an animal in real life, but actually right there. And that's why. Oh, see what you did? Whew. All right. Well, don't go anywhere. I know, it is still messed up keeping them all there. Well, now that is actually, it probably has a llama in it all the way over there, so. Oh, actually, wait. That has a llama in it all the way over there. All right, so let's test out this theory. Oh, and let's see if it actually works. Okay, you gotta, get off the thing. Anyways. All of this just to test out our new llama jumps. Actually, where did that llama go? That's interesting. Oh. And then that's probably where the llama, or no. No, that's right. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of hooing and hawing. So I thought there would be a llama in the minecart, but that's right that there's a device that throws you out of the minecart. In fact, we can look at that real quick. So for those that haven't seen the older videos as much, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Basically, it's another railroad track on the other side, or just over there, that goes all the way to my buddy's area. And let's see. Yep, empty minecarts. But you know what? Let's go ahead and, because this thing, when that shakes, that throws them out. But let's go ahead and send them. Wait, what is that? Why are you not going? Oh, okay. There, and so now, oh, it's because it's not weighted. Like, now it should go since it's flat, maybe, because it has just enough oomph to get there. But with a llama in it, it has weight. And so then, I wonder if it's just any passenger too. We can test that at some point. Just be like, oh, I wonder if a pig weighs, enough to have it go, or if there's different variant effects with that. So, ooh, that's pretty risky. So that's where we were looking up earlier. So that's the other railway. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, well, there's that. We're learning all sorts of things. There we go. So that wasn't powered because it was on that block that got destroyed. It's still creeping along, so it should just keep going, but I'll just keep pushing it. Because this way we get a llama, because there's a bunch of llamas just there. I feel like a lot of them are tethered, so... Yep, there we go. Now it has weight, so now it's actually going to go. And then... But that's good to know that we have a few other mine carts there. That makes sense in hindsight, like... Because I remember dropping... Oh yeah, look at him. Look at him go. Or her, whatever. Oh gosh, either way, it's going to be an epic jump. Oh, is it the big one? It's the big one. Whee! Oh, you love it when you see it. You love it when it works. You not so much when it doesn't work. All right, now let's go check out the other one. Because it's going to be coming this way to go to the other one. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, we're going to exploit this to all get out. Yep, there's another one. Okay. And it goes up. Whee! And it's still not, so that was one thing I was worried about, was that it wouldn't have enough momentum and velocity when it's coming down. Yeah, we've got llama physics. Yeah. All right, now how do we use this? See, that was the big jump before. And now let's just watch it again. This is just so awesome. Then it goes up, 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 up. Oh, I kind of missed the first part. And, boom. It just looks at you like, yeah, what? And, when we just did that in like an episode or two, like we just ripped that up and like, choom. All right. So, anyways, my ideas though, finances. So we're addressing current world problems and especially American problems, just because that's my area of focus for now. And then I still have things for other parts of the world, and that is like the one of the big ideas. Like, okay, let's talk about that. Finding charities, finding destinations for charity, basically, because it's not like I have a bunch of money and I want to go out and give it to a lot of people. That's definitely not the case. All right, guy. No, it wasn't him. All right. Anyways, um, actually, let's do something mindless like mining or harvesting while we talk about this, because it is very important. So, um, oops. Oh wow, those are almost three whole stacks. So nice. Oh, and let's put all these. This will be our project chest now, because I have a project chest over there where I have all the rail and like um, blackstone. I don't even know what it's called. This stuff. This blackstone bricks. Whatever. Actually, wait. What is that called? Here you go. Deep slate bricks. Sorry. See, I play this game like tons and tons, and I still forget. Or Anyways, that's because anything worth knowing is really easily looked up. Like, and it's like a computer works. A computer only keeps so much memory in its volatile memory right next to in things called registers, like right next to the CPU. So the CPU is the central processing unit, and that like does the things with the data. It processes the data. Now I'm gonna have all these llamas. Actually, wait, no, this is a bad idea. We got all these llamas. Whatever. You can wander around. You can trample all that. That's fine. I doubt you can get in here, and even if you can, we'll address that because it's hard to get in here because like the ladder coming through here. I don't think llamas can climb, but I don't know. I know I want to say villagers can because I've seen two-story. Yeah, there's villages with upstairs houses and villagers. Sorry, that was way butchered. There are villagers that I believe can climb because I've seen them walk out on balconies that I'm pretty sure you had to use a ladder to get to. I could be wrong though, because even as I say that, I know that sometimes the desert villages get really wonky and like they have oh, okay. Thought I hit the stalk. They have stairs that actually go around and everything, but oh, sorry. Anyways, the projects, the focus. So a lot of it is communication. Again, communication is at the root of a lot of things that are just bad. Um, just poor communication, misunderstandings, misleading information. That's the biggest reason people distrust the news and the media in the first place is because it's so easy to make misleading information. Even if you're using facts, like you could say it, you could use a lie detector, that whole politician sense thing is like only tell you what you need to hear, not what they need to hear for you to benefit, I should say, for the politician to benefit, rather than what they need to hear so they benefit. And even saying that, it's not like every decision that politicians make is going to directly benefit someone or someone else. Like most of the time, it benefits companies, and even that's okay to a point because those companies provide the jobs, and we're all concerned about creating jobs. That's what I always. And I'm not even concerned about creating jobs. I'm concerned about making it to where the jobs we have are enough to live off of. And that's why I love Bernie. Like I will say that. Like he's a little crazy, but like he'll just go after it. And that's why I think a lot of people like Trump is because they thought he was like the Republican Bernie. He was something new, something different. And I agree with that to a point. Like he's definitely different from a lot of the other politicians. Now whether that's good or bad, like I don't know. My opinion is like if he were to come back in and say, "Whoops, I goofed," and turn back Roe v. Wade, like, and put that back on and just be like, you know what? And then let's get free contraceptives for everybody. Like, that's how you end abortion. Like, you give them options because as it is, you're trying to deny like human nature. And I'm sorry, like, that hasn't really been going well for Catholicism for 2,000 years. I mean, it's been going all right, but that area of Catholicism has reached a lot of, and again, mind you, I'm not saying like, the religion's bad and we got to get rid of it, but that is a criticism. And even if I were a practicing religious person today, it would probably still be Methodist because it's like, at least they protested some of the more radical views. And if one thing we know, America, like we love to protest and revolution. Well, okay, sorry, that sounds dangerous, but we're not doing no Fight Club stuff. None of these problems are going to be solved with violence or illegal means. I will say that for the record. But, however, there's good business the other way. So there's good business. And again, I took business classes. I have a business minor. I'm not an expert, but I know enough to understand, wait a minute, there are potential ways that we could circumnavigate current processes and systems, not illegally, mind you. And this isn't like the pennies a day office space thing where it's like, oh, it's only fractions of a penny a day, so it's technically not stealing. No, this really is completely legal. It's competition, it's capitalism at its core, and basically, it's where we start making hybrid loan agreements and hybrid banking. Like I feel like we've already started doing it with co-ops and or what are they called? Like the credit union. There you go, where it's like owned by the people, and it's the people loaning money to themselves. So, and that's one thing I should really check out. It's like, and this is all going back to like I talked to my bank, trying to look into a home loan. I was approved for something way more ridiculous, like not that long ago in 2016. I had my hotshot software developer job, but like still. I make more now. I shouldn't, that shouldn't be a thing. But I'm not saying to make a lot. It's just like finally like adult pay. And that's why I'm so concerned about all these programs to help, help the poorest of the poor. Like I'm talking, if you have no support, no family, no friends, like you should still be able to survive and thrive off of your hard work. It should not have to be a reflection of what your family has provided for you. I know it takes a village to raise a baby, kind of not really. I mean, but yeah, we should make it to where people can be independent because and that was the point I was going after earlier is like the whole independence from England. Like we said goodbye over a tea tax, like, and a stamp tax, and I don't even know, it was like a 4% tax, which I don't even know what it really was. I'd have to go look that up, but I've heard it before, and I know that that was claimed to be one of the main reasons of revolt. Now, it could have been other things. Like, it could have been like, hey, well, actually, that probably was. Like, we could make so much more money if we just started off our own band, like our own company or like our own startup. Like, nuts to these people. And yeah, and England is the original mom and dad, like the original parent. It was just like, and granted, like now with all this India awareness and stuff too, now we're realizing the extent of British occupation, globalization, and uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not manipulation, but exploitation. There you go, exploitation. Now, and mind you, they're not doing it today. Like, mind you, we've figured out, sorry, not to say that the same way, I'm just saying, the important thing to note is today, the more relevant time period than in the past, still learn from the past, but what's relevant today is England is not out annexing places, America isn't out annexing places, Russia's trying to annex places, but also Russia probably got a raw deal in an election that may or may not have been fixed. So even right there, we need to admit that America does some sketchy business. Could still be considered good business, but like, installing puppet dictators or, instigating coups, like, and even if, I don't know, and I don't have any evidence of that. I'm just saying, like, that is something worth looking at. And that is true too, because, and I should note that is like, when we're talking about these things, a lot of this stuff isn't based on fact. It's based on what I've heard, what I've read. It could be facts, but you should always, always take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. That's like that whole meme, like, everything on the internet is true, signed by George Washington or something like that, like, or Abraham Lincoln. Like, not to say that someone couldn't have that same name today. Doubtful, because that's pretty cringeworthy, but pretty creepy. And that poor kid, actually, like, ugh. I don't know. And then there's that fine line between being patriotic and being nuts. Like, I love my country. I love that it takes care of me. At the same time, though, I love my planet, and I trust that the planet, with all the people, could figure it out. Like, if our government just kind of like just quit tomorrow, I feel like we'd all be okay. We'd probably actually be a little better. Not a little better, sorry. I say that, but we have a radical government because we have to control a radical country. Like, we've just got so much new change going on constantly that, and especially to a lot of people that aren't used to it, that aren't even aware of what's going on, it could seem really scary. But now that more and more of the world is becoming connected, becoming intermixed, specifically, like a good example with me personally, like I had Saudi roommates in college, some of the best people I've ever known. Like, they're still my close friends to today. And like, I wouldn't have had that had I not gone to higher education. I'm actually arguing with a couple people on the Twitters right now, but I feel bad. As soon as Twitter will let me reply again, I think it's been like cutting off my replies. And not because I'm like too mean. It's probably because people are reporting me. And then like, I don't sugarcoat stuff a whole lot. I try to when I have time and it's convenient. But if it's just like a fast fired off, and I believe everybody does that, it's like, okay, sorry, let's take as much of this up as we can because we need to, oops, that, yeah, some dyes. What else can we do? Yeah, let's take a bunch of the, oh wait, no, 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 let's leave the dirt because this is like the garden area. Um, I don't know, it's just, okay, yeah, I was looking for stuff that I could just toss easily into my like sorting system up there. Like a lot of this stuff, it's just not worth it. All right, we'll take the cobblestone. I mean, it's annoying. I was really looking more for like ice, glowstone, yeah, this, all the stuff you'd get from a wandering trader. This stuff, you don't need cake down here. Like, terracotta, I guess it's just super annoying. And bone block. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, sorry. It's just the point of all these ramblings and rants is how do we improve the common person's condition, regardless of age, preferences, religious, sexual, whatever, location, anything. Regardless, if you are a human, and really it's if your life, but I can't get too far into that because I do like eating meat and I do support like more humane ways. Like we even cooked a chicken on here unintentionally, but um, see, I don't have a there we go. I guess I do. Never mind. I do have a food, but that's part of this game that I don't. I'm not constantly like cooking meat and grilling and like. And that's another thing I like about peaceful is I don't have to worry about eating. That's one less thing I have to worry about that could distract me from all the stuff that I'm trying to do. Like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like playing in hard mode is really fun, especially because I have this mob grinder with the biggest structure in my little fortress here, and all that does is just have mobs spawn in it. Then they fall down a central chamber or a central pit that falls all the way down into a fireplace. And then if the fall damage doesn't kill them, like the ones way up, because they spawn all through this thing, and you're supposed to go all the way up. That's why that's all so high. That's actually, I want to say it's at build height, but it might not be. I'm not too sure about that. That might have just been like as much diorite as I had on me. But anyways, each one of these, and they're sections. Like that's a section, that's a section, that's a section. You can kind of tell them. Each one of those is 4 areas of just floor where they can spawn, and then trapdoors in a waterway. I'll build some more on this, I'm sure. But for now, all right, let's see. Glowstone, no, coral, glowstone. Because as it is, like we're doing a lot with a very inefficient use of resources. I mean, and really, Mr. Beast, like Beast Philanthropy, it's just nailing it. Like everything that needs to be done, they're like, that now it's like a whole business, like a whole force, and it's awesome. Um, and it doesn't have to be the only thing. Like it could definitely be one of the main things out there, but honestly, there's so much. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. Freecodecamp.com. They teach you coding for free with the hopes that you will help out a nonprofit organization. You'll do some, and actually, I say that, but I have not. I work for a nonprofit, but as far as donating some of my time to another nonprofit, I have not done that. So, or wait, no, not recently. I did. I don't know if you could actually call it donating. I went to Day of Code to try to code for nonprofits, but that was back before I really knew how to code. So it wasn't really useful. So basically, I just wasted a day and just showed up and made them feel a little better that there was actually people there. Like, I think that's kind of the extent of it. So I can't really even claim that. And anyways, I don't want to like claim any. Like I'll put it down on like a resume or something, or like when I listed out my classes that I've done, just so you understand like what I've done to get here. But I don't need any brownie points by any means. Like as long as like if other people start doing this stuff, that's what I want to hear. Like that's exciting to me. Or or if you actually learn to code, like that's exciting. But like as far as like feeling indebted it's for any of this, no, that's completely missing the point. I mean, it's open source computer science, and that's actually what my company was going to be when I was looking into making a company. Um, which and in some of my older videos that I keep up for legacy purposes, and at least until I make new ones. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put in the coal right back. Uh, Actually, we don't even have crops. It was open source computer science, and I did a bunch of videos where I go over, and yeah, I got to start remaking all of those because it was when I was streaming. I was streaming on Twitch trying to do it, and then not the best internet connection, not horrible, but I'm too lazy to like really address that. I mean, and I still don't have money to either. That's the other thing. And also, I have loyalty to the ISP. I know the government's just putting through all this, super fast fiber optics, but I do have a sense of loyalty to my ISP, and they've seen a lot of sketchy things. So, no, I'm just kidding. Which ISP doesn't? But I mean, no, all legal, mind you. No, I don't. Yeah. Anyways, and again, that's an important thing to think. Like, I will just make this announcement: be careful what you do online, because yes, the government can see everything, and yeah, no encryption is strong enough for the government. I break and make encryptions for fun. Now I can't break the hard ones, and I definitely need. I'm studying up on some more complex ones. I've got books on cryptanalysis and all these different like ways to encode and encrypt data, all these little fun tricks and tips, and really it just comes down to like if you can make it easy enough for the end user, for a 5-year-old, and now I don't like saying 5-year-old, but can you make it easy enough for anyone who speaks English? There you go. That's a better metric because there's a lot of people, very smart people, that speak English as a second language, and that's who I used to tutor in college. Yeah, some of those Saudis, and it wasn't anyone that I lived with, but some of our friends, and I just tutored, the first. Well, I guess it was up to like CS 270. So I mean, the first 2 years worth of computer science, and it wasn't like, I was a straight A student by any means. But as soon as I understood something, and especially if I got a good grade, because 270 was my class. Like I got a B plus in that class. I know it's not an A, but still, like that is the only thing close to an A I've gotten in one of the core computer science classes. It's been all B's and C's. I mean, let's just be real. And like, you're taking all these classes, and I had a kid too. So, again, different things going on. And I was worked all through college. So there's just these things where it's like, oh, you got to work through college? No, sorry. I was just thinking like, people, anyone that looks down on someone like that. And I digress. That's a whole nother thing. Um, no, we're talking about the common person, because that's the truly scalable way to problem solve. If you solve the problem so well that it doesn't matter who you are, if you breathe air into your lungs and whatever else you want to say defines a human. Like, if you walk on two legs, have opposable thumbs, and you're not a monkey or a gorilla, like, I don't know. But if you're a person, let's just leave it at that. If you're a person and you can speak English, then these are for you. And if you can't speak English, I want to help empower the people that can teach English, and not because I don't think we should lose any languages. I'm just saying that's the best that I can do for you. And until people translate my work into your language, like that is the best that I can do for you. Now, and not saying that my education is the best, top notch, definitely not. Like go to college if you can, but that's the thing is most people can. And most people can't do it comfortably, let's say. But you definitely can't if you can't afford it, or your parents can't afford it, or yeah, ugh. And rent too. We need to deal with rent prices, house prices, all of this stuff. It's all got to go. Like it's all got to come down, and that's going to create some enemies, step on some toes, sure, but it's common sense. And what I like to say to these people is, I'm like, not that I've talked to a lot of people that I'm potentially going to be taking away some of their livelihood, but like and that's the thing, we're not. Same with legalizing cannabis versus alcohol industries. Like it's not going to go away. And I feel like that's part of why cannabis has been made illegal for so long, because it's so ridiculous. Still, like check my watch. Today, it's still illegal nationally, and it's like, and part of that is because different universes, different perspectives. Like some people need a little more time to adjust to the idea of legal weed, but at the other end of it is all of the business. Like we've got too much tied up in it being illegal. We've got too many people in prison, too many people making money off of probation, too many like rules for probation even. And now you can be on probation, and if you have a med card, if you have your medical marijuana card, oh, there's the alarm. Yeah, we'll do another one, but that's good for this episode. What I'm saying is, like, even probation officers, depending on the situation, will abide by the medical marijuana thing. So, right there, we're trying to change, but it's going to take time. So, anyways, that's me for this one. I'll see you in the next one. All right. See ya.